the appropriate language channel for you. 女士们、先生们、各位来宾、各位朋友，本次会议即将在10分钟之后开始，请大家就座并保持静音。本次会议设置了中英同传，请各位选择合适的语言频道，谢谢。朱老师，朱老师你好，
我在。
朱老师是这样的，您还是不要把我设置这个联系主持人了，因为设置联系主持人并没法录制。还是把我取消联系主持人，然后给我一个录制权限就可以了。
录制权限，然后我把您设成主持人吧。
你不要把我设置主持人，然后您那边录制，因为我就不作为联系主持人，也不作为主持人了。然后您就是给我一个录制权限，我这边本地录制就可以了。
好，我设一下，稍等。
Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants, I suggest that you open your camera, then mute your microphone if you do not speak. 女士们、先生们，各位参会的各位来宾，然后我建议各位呢，咱们打开摄像头，然后我们的会议还有7分钟开始，准时在14点钟开始。Hello. Hello, Russian export and competitors. Miss Anna, Miss Vitalina. Hello, Russian export Russian participants. I want to check with you that is there any the interpreter between Russian and English from you? I saw that some participants from Russia is coming to this meeting at just we wait 5 minutes. That in 5 minutes we'll start this meeting. 线上的各位老师、各位嘉宾，然后我看到有些就是我们参会的人员，尤其是国外的参会人员呢，正在陆续的来参加会议。然后呢，我建议我们等5分钟，14:05，我们开始本次会议。谢谢各位。Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants, the meeting will start in 5 minutes. Please mute your microphone, and I would like to remind you that in this meeting, there are set up the Chinese-English interpretation. Please choose the appropriate language channel for you.
Hello?
Hello? Hello, Anna?
My competitor Pavel is here, but he can't turn on his camera, but he is here and he hears everything that we are talking about.
Okay. I just remind that because in this meeting we set up the English and the Chinese interpretation, that please choose your operating language channel. You can choose the English channel. ”咱们中方的各位专家，还有咱们的各位选手，然后如果方便的话，请打开您的摄像头。 陈总，你看我们会议是马上开始呢，还是再稍微等一下？
俄方的还在陆陆续续进来是吧？现在他们上午9点。
对，现在是俄方的那边的9点，本地时间9点，莫斯科时间9点钟。
我看 Powell 是进来了，没看到 Dimitri。OK，这个，那我们10分吧，2点10分开始吧。然后请那个 Anna 和这个 Powell 他们通知一下他们。那个玲玲，你在那个群里面，在 Telegram 群里面通知一下他们。就是，哎，对，你在 Telegram 群里面说一下，就是这个培训马上开始。
Hello, dear participants from Russia, and our meeting will start in 5 minutes. That's in the Moscow time. I think that at the 9:10 we will start this meeting. Please wait 4 minutes. Okay, we will start this meeting. And distinguished guests and colleagues, dear experts, competitors, and partners, hello. My name is Luke from China section of BRICS Business Council Skills Development Working Group. It's my pleasure to host this meeting. We get together to witness the opening of the training camp in data analysis and visualization. Thank you very much for coming and participating in the 2022 BRICS Future Skills Challenge Xiamen. 2022 BRICS Future Skills Challenge Xiamen is jointly hosted by the BRICS Business Council, Xiamen Municipal People's Government, BRICS Alliance for Skills Development, and BRICS Training Center for Skills Development and Technology Innovation. To be co-hosted by China Association of Inventions and China Center for International People-to-People Exchange, Ministry of Education. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to extend my sincere greetings to you all. During the China's presidency of BRICS countries in 2022, it is one of important deliverables of BRICS Business Council that continue organizing BRICS Future Skills Challenge and the Future Skills Training Camp so as to improve the mechanism combining the remote challenge and training so as to promote the training, education, and teaching. The competition aims to enrich the people-to-people and cultural exchanges among BRICS and other emerging markets and developing countries. To carry out the skills training, promote talents cultivation through competition, enhance the level of skills, and advance the high-quality development of vocational education. The training camp will start for 2 days and is divided into 3 sections, including the operation and explanation on competition platform of BRICS data analysis and visualization, Python data processing, and tubular visualization. The trainers of this training camp are Mr. Zhou Jingyu, an engineer from Chongqing West Insight Big Data Technology Limited Company. Mr. Zhou, would you like to say hello to our participants?
Hi, hello.
Thank you. And Chen Yu and Yang Ming, 2 experts from Wuhan Polytechnic. Hello, experts Chen Yu and Yang Ming.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, okay, thank you. And Zhang Yibo, an expert from Henan Institute of Economics and Trade. Mr. Zhang, expert Zhang, are you here? Thank you again for your attention and support to this event. At last, special thanks to these units, including Chongqing West Insight Big Data Technology Limited Company, Wuhan Polytechnic, and Henan Institute of Economics and Trade for the technical support to this training camp and the competition. Next, let's go to the agenda of today's opening ceremony. First agenda is opening address by representatives from China and Russia. First, let's welcome Mr. Chen Ji to deliver an opening speech. He is the president of Chongqing West Insight Big Data Technology Limited Company. Mr. Chen.
Hello, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. I am Nico Chen. I'm the president of Wise Insight Big Data Company of China. We are the technical support of the data analysis and visualization competition. And also we support the machine learning and big data competition, which was finished on May this year. I can recognize some of the competitors was in the competition too. You're welcome. Yes, this is the second time for the data analysis and the visualization competition. The data analysis and visualization is very popular in the modern industry and business. It can lead people to make better decisions in their industry strategies. And also, It was used very frequently in business operation every day. The ability of data analysis and visualization can help not only the engineering and manufacturing, but also the commerce and the business. We think the computation is important because it can help the BRICS country to train their people how to use the skill and serve their development. And I will very thanks Professor Zhang, Professor Chen, Professor Liu. The three experts will help us to deliver the international campus. Hope you can study well and good luck in the competition. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chen. Thank you for the wonderful remarks. Wish this training camp and the competition really a success. Next, let's welcome the principal of Wuhan Polytechnic, Mr. Yan Liezhou, to deliver a speech. Hello, interpreter, Chinese interpreter. Okay, please. Mr. 严老师，请继续。
我代表武汉职业技术学院23000余名师生向参与活动的各国朋友们表示热烈欢迎。武汉职业技术学院坐落在武汉中国光谷的中心地带，是湖北省教育厅直属的高职学校，开创了区域化、国际化、现代化高职办学的成功范例，成为引领荆楚、示范全国的高职教育品牌。学校是湖北省首批国家示范性高职院校，国家优质专科高等职业院校，国家双高计划高水平专业群 A 档建设单位，国家紧缺人才培训基地，国家高技能人才培养示范基地，全国职教先进单位，首批职业院校校长培训基地，全国职教师资培训重点建设基地，全国就业工作典型经验高校，全国生发创新创业教育改革示范高校，全国首批职业院校数字校园建设样板校单位。同时，学校是全国职业高等院校校长联席会主席团成员单位，中国高等教育学会职业技术教育分会副会长单位，中国职业技术教育学会常务理事单位，中国职业技术教育学会高等职业教育分会理事单位。学校积极开展国内外合作办学，先后与美国、加拿大、澳大利亚、爱尔兰、新加坡等28个国家和台湾地区的107所院校或教育机构建立交流与工作关系，开展国内国际教育项目55个，2000多名校友在国境外学习和工作。学校牵头成立了湖北职教国际交流分会，荣获2018年的世界职教院校联盟卓越奖。我校大数据技术专业是响应国家提出了数字经济、大数据、人工智能产业发展战略设置的新型专业。该专业结合中国光谷对大数据技术人才的需求，培养具有良好职业道德，能够熟练进行大数据平台搭建与运维工作，掌握大数据采集、处理、分析、应用等职业技能的高素质技能型人才。以赛除教，赛教融合是我校大数据技术专业的特色之一。学校先后获得全国职业院校技能大赛、大数据技术应用赛团体1等奖，湖北省工匠杯职业技能大赛人工智能赛项1等奖，一带一路及金砖国家技能发展与技术创新大赛数据分析与可视化赛项1等奖等奖项。我校将选派优秀教师参与本次线上训练营活动，与各国专家和选手交流互动，共同进步。最后，预祝本次线上训练营活动取得圆满成功，同时预祝选手们在厦门举办的国际赛上取得优异成绩。谢谢大家。
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Yan. Thank you for your speech. Next, let's welcome Mr. Wang Xinqing, the principal of Henan Institute of Economics and Trade, to give us an opening remark. Hello, Mr. Hello. Hello, Mr. Wang. I think that's Wang. Mr.
在
Wang
等
is
待它播放，稍等。
okay. As Mr. Wang gave us the recorded video to this opening ceremony. Let's please wait a moment. Our technical staff will replay his video. Okay, I think that I suggest that we give us the one chance to our Russian export representatives. First, that we welcome that opening remarks by our Russian export representatives. Miss Anna, are you here? Hello, Miss Anna.
Yes, hello, we are here.
Hello, Anna. I'm glad to see you. That's right now that in this opening ceremony, we would like to invite on the export representatives from Russia, give China's participants an opening remark. Would you like to give us the opening remark on behalf of Russian exports?
I'm an expert from St. Petersburg State Polytechnical University. Here is my competitor Pavel. My competitor this year will at the competition of universities have the first prize, and we are going to make our skills more powerful, and we would like to join the international competition. So we are glad to see all experts here, and we think that it will be very useful communication for us and for you. It will be very good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Anna. And today and tomorrow, it will be the training camp for the data analysis and visualization. And I think that the competition will be set on the November 3rd and to 4th. And I wish that you and your competitors and your export from Russia to enjoy the training camp and enjoy the competition. And hope that every participants from China, from Russia can learn more from the competition and from the training camp. Next, that hello, that Russian competitors, that anyone would like to say something in this meeting, and welcome you to the training camp and the competition of the data analysis and the visualization. Hello, any competitor from Russia?
I see that there are our colleagues here. Maybe they have some problems with microphones or video, but they are here. I see them.
Okay, thank you, Anna. Thank you for reminding.
傅老师，那个河南经贸那个现在连上了，刚才网络出问题了。
Okay, let's turn to Mr. Wang Xinqi, the principal of Henan Institute of Economics and Trade, to give us an opening remark. Please, okay, please.
尊敬的各位领导、各位专家、各位参训队员朋友们，大家好。今天我们通过网络隆重举行数据分析与可视化线上训练营开营仪式。数据分析与可视化是2022“一带一路”及金砖国家技能发展与技术创新大赛的赛项之一。大赛组委会将这次国际训练营交由我校承办，我们感到非常荣幸。在这里，我代表河南经贸职业学院向大赛组委会和支持本次训练营的上级单位、兄弟院校表示感谢，向参加训练营的各位领导、各位专家、各位参赛队员和朋友们表示欢迎。借此机会，我简单介绍一下我们学校。河南经贸职业学院是直属于河南省教育厅的一所公办高等职业院校，具有72年的办学历史，是国家级优质专科高等职业院校，全国职业教育先进集体，河南省文明校园标兵，河南省双高工程立项建设单位。学校始终坚持突出商科、非常隆昌的人才培养理念，在数据分析与可视化领域进行了有益的探索，取得了一定成绩。学校建设了河南省面积最大、工位最多的智慧教学示范区，建有理实一体智慧教室93间，手机互动教室60间，远程互动教室、多视窗教室、小组互动教室等个性化智慧教室34间，建有高水平实训中心18个，现代化实训室134间，拥有一支高素质的双实型教师队伍，着眼教会、勤练、常赛，形成了常态化、全员化、精英化、届次化特色技能竞赛机制。近5年来，学生在各级技能竞赛中荣获1100多个奖项，特别是荣获金砖国家技能发展与技术创新大赛数据分析与可视化赛项国赛1等奖2次，市赛3等奖1次，为承办本次数据分析与可视化国际训练营提供了坚强的硬实力与软实力支撑。2022年是金砖中国年，一带一路及金砖国家技能发展与技术创新大赛厦门国际赛，是中国作为金砖国家轮值主席国的一项重大赛事。承办本次国际训练营，我们深感使命光荣，责任重大。我们学校将秉承脚踏实地、追求卓越的经贸精神，发扬具有经贸元素的培训实力和办赛经验，以严密的组织工作、最优的师资队伍、专业的技术保障，做好训练营的各项工作，为大家相互交流、共同进步搭建一个有高度的国际化平台。预祝本次训练营圆满成功，预祝各参赛队伍取得优异成绩。祝各位领导、各位专家、各位参赛队员朋友们身体健康，万事如意。
Okay, thanks to Mr. Wang for giving us the brief introduction of Henan Institute of Economics and Trade and his best wishes to this training camp and competition. Okay, dear experts and competitors or participants, thank you for coming. Right now, the opening session of this training camp is coming to an end. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express our sincere gratitude. Wish you all enjoy the training camp and the competition. The training camp is on between today and tomorrow. Next is the stage of the formal training. China expert will introduce and interpret the details information about the competition, as well as its platform, technical description, and test projects. If you have any question, please ask our experts in this meeting. I suggested before the formal training that I would like to recommend that everybody open the camera, that we take a photo group photo for this the opening ceremony. 线上的各位老师、各位嘉宾，然后还有咱们国内外的各位参会人员，请各位打开摄像头，我们拍一张集体照片。And dear experts and competitors from Russia, and if you can, please open the camera. We will take a photo group. We will take a group photo for this opening session. Thank you, Anna, and thank you, Mr. Pavel. Glad to see you, and wish you enjoy the training camp. And our training camp will be today and tomorrow, for 2 days. 中方的各位参会人员，请各位打开摄像头，我们拍一张集体照片。很快的，我们大概就拍几张就可以了，请各位配合打开一下摄像头，谢谢各位。陆老师，你那边可以截图吗？
可以截，可以截。
麻烦你帮忙截一下图，谢谢。Hello, our Russian competitors and experts. Could you please open your camera again? That we will take a group photo. That's just 10 seconds is okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, next let's go to, I think that's the opening session of this, the opening ceremony will be end. Next, let's go to the formal training. Police Engineer Zhou Jingyu start this training. He will introduce the BRICS competition platform operation. Hello, Mr. Zhou.
I'm here now. 我现在就开始了。
好的，你现在可以开始培训。Ladies and gentlemen, and dear participants, dear competitors and experts, and Mr. Zhou Jingyu will start the formal training that he will introduce the BRICS competition platform operation. Our training camp will be at today and tomorrow. That please, 周老师，您可以开始您的培训了。
好的，大家能看见我屏幕吗？
可以看见。
好，我们首先有一个竞赛文档，稍后会发给大家。从这个竞赛文档上，我们可以下载我们的这个客户端和证书。我已经下载好了，我就不再下载了。下载完成以后，
周老师你好，不好意思打断一下，我现在这边听不到英文，是不是我们的英文同传还没有开始翻译？
你有把张院长设置到英文频道吗？
请设置一下我们的传译老师，张老师，
国院长，
我看到张老师作为他的好像是静音状态，张老师他关闭了麦克风。
对，我已经下载了，我就不再下载了。我们得到一个压缩包，将这个压缩包解压。好，我们现在安装证书双击证书，选择安装证书，选择本地计算机， 选择第2项，安装在受信任的证书颁发机构。会提示我们安装成功。好，现在我们打开我们的客户端。建议创建一个桌面快捷方式到桌面。我要输入账号密码。点击这个比赛。我们稍等一下。对，我们先看见我们的这个能看见我们的这个，稍等，刷新一下。我看见我们的这个点击开始比赛，进入我们的模块列表。好，这时候我们等待我们的环境创建。
张老师，不好意思打断你一下。然后我这边是因为我选择的是英文频道，但是我还可以听到您说的中文，还有就是2种语言，就是它也就是就交替在进行。您那边是不是可以建议您是不是可以采用一下交传？可能是不是效果比较好一点？因为我听的是比较乱的，因为我现在选择的英文频道，但是我听的内容听的是比较乱。
得进入泥下，进入计算机中心，打开机柜。选择我们的连接模块，等待。你要把那个禁掉。然后我们根据我们右边的左边这个任务书完成我们的比赛。点击下一步，我们可以切换我们的我们的任务书，或者是在 content 里面直接选择我们的任务进度。当我们比赛完成当最后一个小节的时，点击当前小节可以退到模块选择页面。稍等，然后到比赛结束时点击 Give up the， 确认以后输入我们的这个好，就到此结束。好，下面请陈专家和杨专家继续下面的内容。OK， 到此结束。我们请陈专家和杨专家继续下面的内容。
Hello, everyone. Could you see my screen? Hello. Okay. I'm Chen Yu from Wuhan Polytechnic. I will tell about two parts. The first is basic Python scale, and the others is using pandas and NumPy for data analysis. In part 2, we have 6 steps. Now, we will begin. In part 1, just for begin, try reading over the code below and predicting what is going to done when wrong. Now you can look at this. This is a variable. We create a variable called spend amount and assign it the value of 0. And then we call a function. This is a Python function. It is print. It can display the value on the screen. And this is conditional judgment statement. After all, we can see this is define our own function, and it can return the result. At the end of this paragraph, we can see we have another function calls. It can print the result. Now you see the result as this. In this part, I think you get some of the key scale of Python so that you can start using Python in data analysis. Because of the time is limited, so I don't type the code now. Just show it to Then we're into the second part, using pandas and number for data analysis. In this part, we will use Titanic. It is a classical data set. To realize the whole process of data analysis from data overview, data pre-processing, data analysis, modeling to visualization of any result. Our analysis target is who was more likely to survive on the Titanic. Okay, we will take the first step is overview of the date. We will use pandas, which is a very popular Python library for data analysis. which is a very popular Python library of data analysis. First, we need to read the data file into a data frame object. When you start using pandas, you should load the pandas package and set layers as PD. You can code as this: import pandas as PD. There are two core objects in pandas: the date frame and the series. Date frame is a two-dimensional data structure that can be stored and store data of different types, such as integer flow point values in column. It is similarly a spreadsheet or SQL table or the date frame in R language. This picture shows you a date frame is composed with some series. We can use the date frame function to generate this data frame object. For example, we want to store the passenger state of Titanic. For some of passengers, we know the name, age, and the seat date. We can program it as below. In the example, we create a date frame, manually store date in it. When using a Python dictionary of list as the date of date frame, indirectly the dictionary keys will be used as column headers, and the values in each list are columns of the date frame. This table has 3 columns, each of them with a column label. The column labels are respective name, age, and sex. The column name consists of texture date with each values a string. The column age are numbers, and the column 6 is texture date also. Series. The other core object in pandas is series. We will learn it. Series is another core object in pandas. It is a one-dimensional data structure. Each column or row in date frame is a series. You can see it as this picture. You can manually create a series to store passengers' age as below. You just use 3 numbers as passengers' age. A structure, a series is just a single columns of a date frame, so it has no column labels, but it does have row labels. We can see at this way. We can see the output at the left hand is the index. We use type function to show the object we create. It is a series. When we selected multiple columns from the date frame, its result will be a date frame object. It's not like select just one columns. For example, we get data of name and age columns from passenger date frame. You can code as this. And you can see the type of this object is a date frame. Now, usually the date of an analysis is stored in the files or database. It is rare for us to enter date manually. Let's learn how to use pandas to read date files. Pandas support reading many file formats from different date sources, such as CSV, Excel, Circle, SQL, JSON, and so on. Each of the methods used is prefixed with read and you can see like this. When we want to store the date frame to a files, we can use two like the prefixed. Pandas provide the read CSV function to read the date stored as a CSV file into a date frame. We want to analyze the Titanic passenger date provided in the form of CSV files as this, and we store it in an object named Titanic. After reading the date, we should check it. We can use head or tail function to display the first rows and or the last 5 rows in this date frame. And we also can view more rows. You can do like this. This shows the last 3 rows in this date frame. After this, we will do basic statistical analysis of date. The first step in data analysis is to understand the properties of dataset and look at the basic situation of date, such as amount of date, missing values, outliers. The first thing we should do is view the technical summary of the date. We can use info function of date frame to see technical summary of date in each columns of date frame. We can view the technical summary of the Titanic date frame in this way. Do you see this code and the result? The result tells us it's a date frame with 891 rows of recorders. Each row has a row number whose values range from 0 to 890. The date frame has 12 columns. Show us this way. And the 3 columns, we can see most of them are non-empty, but age, cabin, and in bucket columns have missing values. The name, 6, cabin, and in bucket columns are composed of text date. It shows as object. Other columns are numerical dates. Some are integer and some are real number. The summary of different date type is listed at the end of this result. At the bottom, we can see the approximate account of RAM required for saving this date frame is also provided. Next, we will view the basic statistic of numerical date. Pandas provide the describe function to view the basic statistic of numeric date. We can look at this. In basic statistical analysis of dataset, we focus on 3 indicators: standard deviation, minimum value, and maximum value. The standard deviation reflects the degree of dispersion of the date, and the maximum and the minimum values can generally indicate whether there are abnormal value in date. On the Titanic dataset, most column data are normal. In the ticket column have value 0. It may be the prefrontal ticket. In addition, the standard deviation of these attributes is so large. In the next step, data attribution this date attribute datation, we will use this plot to check the abnormal values. Now we'll begin step 2. Step 2 is exploration of date attributes. The date attribution exploration to explore the distribution of a single attribute. Generally, you can explore by drawing a distribution map of a single attribute. You can use value count method to count the number of recorder for each category in a column. This code, we get the number of passengers was swiped. You can see that only 342 person was swiped. And then we can explore the distribution of attributes that are suitable for graphic. So we can choose 5 attributes such as passenger class, gender, age, ticket price, and the port of embarkation for mapping. Because we will draw a picture, so at first we need to import 2 person package is multiple label and seaborne. We will use subgraphic to draw the distribution of these 5 types of opportunities. Attitudes. The code like this is a little long, so you can read it. Take some time to read it. I will roll it slowly. The first subplot we distribution of passenger class, and the second one the distribution of passenger gender. The third one is passenger age. 4 is ticket price. And 5 is a Whisker plot to search abnormally ticket price. The last one is for distribution of embanked. We can show the picture as this. In this picture, we can see that the number of third-class passenger is largest, and the number of first-class and second-class passenger is really small. More males and then females in terms of gender. In In terms of age distribution, we find that the number of passengers aged between 20 to 30 is the largest. At the in-bank port, the port with the highest to lowest number of such as port C, and port S, port C, and port Q. When we look at the statistical description of the date in the first section, we suspected that there were outliers in the fare attribute. For the histogram and the whisker plot describe attribution of this attribute. We also found that there were maximum and minimum in the date. We can count the maximum and minimum fare occurrence times as follow. You can see the fare in the fare columns. Minimum value of 0 has 5 recorders, and the maximum of 512, there are 3 recorders. Comparing with the whisker plot, we found that a lot of data is abnormal. So we consider the date reflect the price of tickets. Explained value is understandable. The meaning 0 may be employees or discount. The maximum may be a VIP ticket. So the mathematical expansion does not represent the errors. Now we can explosion the distribution of other attributes. The first attributes are SIB-SP. This means number of consigns and purge. These 2 attributes are also categorical attributes, but they have many categories. We count the number of passengers of each category as follows. You can see they have too many categories. We find that there are more passengers with value 0 and 1 for these 2 types of attributes. In this data set, we can see, we can find that there are only more than 100 of these attributes, which only count for 1/4 of the total date. Moreover, this type of attributes is textual date, so it is difficult to fill in missing value. We won't consider this column of attribute for the risk of our analysis modeling, but we can still explore the distribution of the owning date we have. Looking at the text date, we find that it is similar to the seat number information of airline tickets, which is composed of letters and numbers, in which the letters represent the seat location. We can take the letters out and count the distribution of the letters as this. From the above result, we find that there were more passengers in areas C, B, D, and E. It's needed to be looked at the look in conjunction with the Titanic compensate distribution, which we won't go into here. Now, we are going to do step 3, date pre-processing. In the second part of attribute exploration phase page, we do not do any processing on date, but look for the original date and the problems with the date. And then we need to deal with the problems in date, such as missing values, duplicated values, and outliers. Now we will handle missing values. When we check the basic situation of the date, we find that there are missing values in the columns age, cabin, and embarked. We can use the isNum function to see how many missing values we have in each column. We can code at this. We use isNum and sum to calculate the missing values. Next, we need to calculate the percent of missing values in each columns and the creation between those columns and the analysis targets to determine what to do with them. We can do as this. We can see cabin column has more missing value. It accounts for 77%. So we should fix them. And the embanked column, it's just the missing value is just of 0.22%. So we can drop it. Now we will fill in the missing date. Generally, missing date filling method include deletion, fixed value filling, and using mean, mode, median value to fill in it. The first, we can use a normal filling method. Use fill none to fill the missing value with a fixed value as follows. This code shows us we use unknown structure to fill the missing value. But this is not directly the characters of this part of missing date. Therefore, we use random forest algorithm to predict the missing date value with the help of other attributes values. In this way, we should import another models. It is in sklearn. In this code, we first take the passenger divided into two parts, known age and unknown age, and using random forest algorithm for filling it. After all, we call this function to fix the missing values. You can see as this, the age missing values is fixed. Now we will drop the two recorders with missing values in the in-bank. We just use drop function, pandas drop function to do it. Now you can see the shape of this date frame is changed. After this, we can handle duplicated date. In pandas, give us two functions to do this. We can use the duplicated function to statistical duplicated value, and use drop duplicated function to remove it. Now, this code is used to count how many duplicated date in the Titanic data set. From the result, we can see there's no duplicated value in this data set. Step 4 is analysis correlation of date. The correlation analysis of data can explore the correlation between attributes to see whether there is redundancy in attributes. In addition, by exploring the relationship between each attribute and the result attribute, we can choose the attribute that is more relevant to the result as an important feature of modeling. Therefore, in this part, we first explore the relationship between each attribute and then explore the relationship between a single attribute and the result. We search correlation between all attributes at the first. We can use the call function to see the correlation between attributes. Then we can use heat map function from Seaborn libraries to draw the hot map so as to more intuitively show the correlation between the attributes. This is calculate of the coefficient of correlation. And then we can use Seaborn heat map to take the picture of it. In this picture, the dark color show it is the correlation of these two attributes is more large. And we also can search correlation between individual attributes and the result. We can analyze data by grouping or aggregate them. We can use group by function at the first and then perform satisfaction calculation on the group date. For example, when we analyze the relationship between gender and the survived, we can program as below. In the result, we can see female is survived more. We also can draw the histogram to of about grouping analysis result. With this, we can see the importance of gender factor in whether to be saved is woman first. In this, we just use the pandas port function. I also can use the cut function, which group data into discrete bins for analysis. For example, when we analyze the impact of different age range on survived, we can code as this reset bins from reset bins. The value is 0, 12, 80, 18, 9, 65, and 100, and use cut to discrete age to more bins. And then use mean in this picture. We can see the age in 0 to 12 is surveyed more. We can also use subography to analyze and show the relationships between different attributes and analysis targets at the same time, such as this. This code is a little long. At the first, we set the plot, and then we draw the relationship between passengers class and we choose, and then draw the picture of 6 and the saved. Other is age. The first is in-bank port. When this code run, we can get the picture as this. We conclude that from the picture, the saved rate of passengers with higher class was high. Women are saved at a much higher rate than men. Children are saved at a higher rate than adults and the elderly. Port C has a higher save rate, and the port S has the largest number of people boarding. This indicated that this attribute has an impact on whether to be saved, which should be considered in subsequent modeling. Wait. The step 5 is feature engineering. Feature engineering is a very important part of data analysis and modeling. In this part, On the one hand, we need to do data processing based on the previous analysis, such as normalized definition reducing. On the other hand, we need to process the data as required by the model we choose. Feature selection is another statistical pricing step in feature engineering. This process runs through the whole process of model construction, processing, and prediction to analysis, which is an important step of model optimization and requires continuous iteration and testing. Because the categorical features are usually not continuous values. It's just a category value. So we should encoding category feature when we use such as logistic regression modeling. We need to input features as a numerical. Therefore, we need to encode these non-numerical features into numerical feature. A usually method is make them to one-hot encoder. We can use pandas get dumps function implementation for one-hot encoding of category features, such as this. In this code, we do one-hot encoder to cabin, impact, 6, and passenger class. This is the result. We can see for the cabins has more columns. After we do one-hot encoding, it got more columns. And this shows the cabin's first 5 rows. After this, we should concat it into the Titanic data set and drop the older columns, original columns. We show the first 10 rows in this. After this, we can see we successfully convert all these category features into 2 values, just 1 and 0. It can this also can done using sklearn processing one-hot encoder method. Another thing we should do in the data processing is scaling features to a range. When we use algorithms such as logistic ranges regression and the other algorithm for modeling, if the value gap between each attribute's value is too big, it will seriously affect the convergence speed. It does not even converge. Therefore, we need to check the range of each numerical attributes first. In the range is large, we have to normalize these properties before modeling. So we can use Pandas PTP method to calculate the range of numerical attributes. As the show, we calculate the range of two attributes is age and fail as below. We also can use scaling method such as standard scalar and the minimax scalar to scalar features to a special range. Now we use the standard scalar method to normalize age and fail to the range -1 to 1. You should pay attention. In this code, we should use value reshape. We should get the values of the series and reshape it. After this, don't forget to drop the original columns, such as age, fail, age group, age cut. The age group and age cut is just show how to use the function, not the master step. The last step of the data analysis is to building the data model. Because of the time is limited, so we just talk about this. After this, you also can visualize the results. For example, we use logistic regression model is a to modeling for the Titanic dataset. Logical regression model is a binary classification algorithm based on line regression. We choose this model for modeling. In this code, we can see at first we distribute the data set into training set and the testing set. And we use the first we use the we use the 75 the ahead of the data set to make the data trend, and the others divide it into the data set. It's not a good thing. And then we use to select the attribution. We should make the attribution to make the modeling. And use fixed function to train it. Then use predict function to use test date to predict them. And at the last, we get the feature clone. Using a logistical regression model, we did a preliminary modeling of data. Let's take a look at the contribution of each attribute. SIBSP and patch attribute are negatively correctly with the result, and the influence is small. In the attribute of both port Q and C are positive, correlate with the result, where S port is negative, correlated. General attribute, in the general attribute, female is positive, correlated with the result, and correlation is high. One male is negative, correlated with the result, which is in line with our previous analysis. Passengers class attribute, Day-1 has had positive connection with the result. Day-3 has a high negative correlation. Consider with the previous analysis. Age attribute and the result showed a negative correlation. Indicate that the older the age, the lower the possibility of to be saved. The ticket's price attributes show us a small positive correlation. After this, we build a simple logical regression model, which is now impossible to evaluate. In a real project, there are two important steps that need to be complete. This two is course validation and feature selection. This code is so long too. Now measure is at the end. We can also analyze other attributes and visualize the result, which will be expanded later by my colleague Yang Ming. By Yang Ming.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Hello, I'm Yang Ming from Wuhan Polytechnic. We have listened to Professor Chen's wonderful lecture about titanic data analysis. Next, I'll introduce how to use pie charts to visualize titanic data. Data visualization plays an important role in data analysis and data mining, helping us visualize and understand the distribution of data. On the one hand, data visualization passes information graphically. On the other hand, data gives visualizing content. They complement each other and help us mine value from the phenomena. In this section, we will introduce pie charts, which is the library used to implement the visualization. First, we learn its fundamentals. Pie charts is a Python-based visualization library whose expression logic is derived from charts, a well-known JS charting library. As a simple example, I will show how to visualize closed sales date using pie charts. Okay, we look at the example. The process includes creating the object of the bar class, setting the size of the canvas, ending the x-axis and the y-axis, sending the labels of the axis and the y-axis, and finally rendering to the file. We look the code like this. We run the code. We can see the chart is below. Okay. Formally, we can also make the code more concise. For example, by using chain codes. Let's look at the effect. Okay, this is use the chain codes. We run the codes. It's clear that there is no change. This is a feature added in the new version of pie charts. Chain codes are coded to the way an object accessing properties or calls methods multiple times. Okay, let's learn more about chart types and related configuration items. Pie charts provides more than 30 kinds of charts, while each kind of chart is corresponding to special classes wrapped in the module named pie charts, point charts. We list the classes in this model as follow. Okay, it's a bar classes, pie classes, canter classes. We create the object by the constructor function using the same name as the class. In addition, setting attributes. For example, background color, canvas size, etc. for the object. The setting grammar is as follows. Okay, this is the init ops function. Okay. Well, the init function is the configuration items. For the configuration item, pie charts follows the basic principle of configure first, use later. There are many configuration items for customizing chart components and styles in the pie charts. Point options module. According to the configuration content, the configuration items include two kinds: global configuration items and series configuration items. Global configuration items include initialization, properties, header, components, legend components, toolbox components, etc. If we need to set global configuration items for the chart, we set the global configuration items in the set global ops method. The grammar is as follows. Okay, is as follows. Using the set global ops function, we set the corresponding configuration parameters. Okay. This is a global configuration table of pie charts. It has tangent ops, toolbox, feature ops, toolbox ops, inlet ops, etc. Serious configuration items include elements styles, text styles, labels, line styles, etc. While each configuration item corresponds to a class. Okay, this is a serious configuration table of pie charts. For example, label ops, mark point ops. It will be used in our examples practice. Mark line ops. Okay. If we need to set serious configuration items for the chat, we set the serious configuration items in the add or add endline method. For example, we add label option ops in the above case. Okay, look at this code. We add the label ops. In the add workspace, okay, we run the code. Okay. After that, we can see the annotation text over the columns. Annotation text over the columns. Okay. Finally, the render function has two patterns. On the one hand, we can use the render function to render charts to HTML files, while the default path is the root directory of render point HTML. The grammar is as follows. Okay, this is the grammar. This is the example. Run the code. Okay. We open the folder. Okay. The chart is shown in a new file. Okay. Okay. On the other hand, we can use the render notebook function to render charts to Jupyter Notebook without any parameters. The grammar is as follows. Okay. Point render notebook. this example, we use the render notebook. The chart is shown below. Is shown below. Okay. All in all, we can summarize the process of drawing the charts by pie charts. First, create the object of the class corresponding to target charts. Second, adding the series configuration items for charts. Second, adding the data for charts. Third, adding the series configuration items. Fourth, adding the global configuration items for charts. Finally, render the charts. Process. We continue analyze Titanic dataset. Then we discuss how to use pie charts for data realization and exposing the inherent relationships of data. Is to review the accident survival rate by chart, reflecting the proportion of survivors to the total number of people. Okay. First, look this code. First, we import libraries and read the Titanic dataset. Then we use the 5 staples mentioned above to join. 1. The first, create the object of the class corresponding the target chart. Create bar, create pie, ending the date for chatting, ending the series configuration items or ending the global configuration items. Finally, render the chats. Okay. We run the code. It's clearly that rescue efforts are inefficient due to the low survival rate. We can say the survival is 38% and the death rate is 62%. In this case, we are still curious about the composition of the rescued group. As a result, we explore the relationship between other data and the survival rate. First, the relationship between age and the survival rate. We partition the age into 3 sections and analyze relationships by comparing the number of people in each age section, the number of survivors, and the survival rate. We employ the bar charts to show them. Okay. We run the code. Different from the above chart, we add the mark point to highlight the max or min values. Mark point ops, serious ops, okay. Which is conducive the conclusion. As a result, we can see that survival rates are highest in those under 80 years of age, and the younger the age, the higher the survival rate. We can see the young survival rate is 50%, middle is 39%, and old is 36%. So the younger the age, the higher the survival rate. This is the light of humanity. Okay. Second, the relationship between gender and the survival rate. Since there are 2 kinds of gender, we still can use the bar charts to express the relationship with the mark point. Okay. Also use the 5 steps to join the chart. Okay. Set global options, offset series ops, render notebook. Okay. We run the code. It's clearly that we look at the chat. It's clearly that women have a higher survival rate than men. The woman's survival rate is 74%. The man or the male survival rate is 19. Okay. Thanks for the gentleman. Okay, thanks for the gentleman. Third, the relationship between room level and the survival rate. There are 3 room levels. They also represent the status and the position of the occupants. We duplicate the relationship by the combination chart, while the chart consists of a line chart and a bar chart. The drawing process of these charts follows the 5 steps mentioned above. Look, we use the grade function to achieve the compilation. Grade function. Okay, we run it. The line chart is used for revealing the survival rate corresponding to room levels. It's clear that from the luxury rooms to the ordinary rooms, survival rate shows a continuous downward trend. Okay, it's a continuous downward trend. However, from the perspective of number of survivors in this room, the number of survivors in the ordinary room is still the highest. We can conclude that life is related to price and quantity. Okay. Finally, the relationship between ports and the survival rate. There are 3 ports for embarkation. We use them as the ticks of x-axis. Different from the above cases, we show the number of people and the survival rate by different chart patterns in the same chart. While the number is shown by columns and the rate is shown by lines, we employ the overlap function to achieve this effect. Note that we add the mark line to tip the coordinates. Okay, mark line. Okay. Mark point. As shown in the figure, passenger embarking at port C have the highest survival rate. We run the code. Okay. It clearly lets the port C have the highest survival rate, 55%. S port is 34. And Q port is 39. Okay. Maybe there was a captain in that port who was good at command. Okay. From the 5 example, we could say we draw the chart with the 5 steps. Whatever is bar or pie or line. Okay. After, we can practice the codes in our own Jupyter notebook. This is our way presented. You can continue to explore the value in the Titanic dataset and use pie charts to visualize this phenomena. You can note the link. Okay, the link. The link gallery.piecharts.org to learn more information about pie charts. Thank you for listening. The next presentation will be shown in tomorrow from Ding Zhang from Henan University of Economics and Trade. His issue is tableau data visualization. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thanks to experts. Hello, today's course is ended successful. Thanks for the hard working of 2 experts. And thank you for listening carefully. Tomorrow will be Henan Vocational College of Economics and Trade Zhang Yibo expert to conduct a tableau analysis and a relational procedure. I hope you can arrive on time tomorrow. Thank you very much. 好的，感谢各位选手的认真聆听，也感谢我们2位专家的成功讲解。今天的课程已经结束了，然后明天的话也是下午的2点钟，在这个会议室，希望各位选手跟专家可以一起进来，继续听我们张英博专家的 Tableau 数据分析与可视化讲解课程。谢谢。